Barry, thank you for letting us talk about this amazing collection and also this amazing journey you've been on. But can we just start? Where did your passion for football come from?
Well, it really came from my grandfather, who worked for the railways, but when you reach 65 you have to retire, and he had accommodation, and when he worked for the railways he had a hut on the railway siding at Newmarket, and he came to live with us, and like a good granddad he took his grandson to rugby league at Aotearoa Park, and I was just taken from that point on with sport. It was such a wonderful thing, so exciting.
And what about this passion for collecting programs, collecting all kinds of memorabilia, and also keeping records? When did that kind of start for you?
Well, it started when I was still at school in Mount Albert Grammar, probably in the 5th form then. Probably why I didn't pass school certificate that year. But
priorities, yeah.
There was a rugby almanac in which I saved my pocket money and bought, and thought that was the most fantastic publication out. Why don't we have something like that for football? And so I started then on gathering records.
What has this meant to you over the years, this passion for just recording football's history in New Zealand? You know, you've become the person that's done that. You've become the historian of the game. It's
the fact that the records are there for somebody that might want them at a later stage. I mean, a lot of people introduce me and say, well, and Barry Smith, he's the football statistician, but statistics don't interest me at all. I would just want to have the information that is there, so people want the statistics and other facts, well, they can get it. And that's probably how I got into it, and once you get hold of something, well, you keep on going.
Things move very fast these days and everything's online and it's all pretty easy. But can you tell us what it was like in the 1960s, in the 1970s, just to find all the information you needed to find? You know, how did you do that?
All I wanted to do was produce records the same way that they were produced in the Rugby Almanac. In those days, the Rugby Almanac covered provincial rugby, and football was on the same similar sort of basis. Then the National League started, and yes, everything just grows from there on.
So can you tell us again about your collection and what's actually in your collection? So there's around 1,000 scrapbooks, 15,000 programs. I mean, what are we talking about amongst this?
Well, originally we started and there was the official program for the Auckland Football Association, the weekly program, and the person that produced them would have a little bit about junior football games and often comics. So I collected programs initially in the hope that one day my name might be in it. But my best friend was mentioned in the program, but I never got my name in it. So that's how the program collecting started.
How hard was it to keep them over the years, and where did you keep them all? I hear you had about 3 rooms of your house that were taken up with this collection.
Yes, well, fortunately we had a rumpus room. But my wife kept me out of the bedrooms. She wouldn't let me near them.
What does it mean to you now, though, that this amazing collection is going to be archived and preserved by the Football Foundation? What does that mean to you to know that this collection of yours, which you've spent decades putting together, will be there for future generations?
Oh, I think it's fantastic what is being done. Well, I feel it's much the same with the ancestry, that people can do the research, it's there, but they can only do the research if there are the records. So my pleasure is saying, well, hey, it is there. And to me, the value of the collection is its entirety. that you've got a one-stop place to go to for football information.
The collection, can you just tell us how many, days, weeks, months and years of your life you've put into this? Because I imagine most of this has been done in your spare time, so that's a huge sacrifice, isn't it?
Yes, I wonder these days, how did I manage to do a 40-hour-a-week job, raise children, keep all football records and do it? I don't know. But you just do it. Things become a hobby and it's enjoyment, and I'm so fortunate having a wife that's supported me in that. And I would think probably I've been to every library or newspaper office in the whole of New Zealand, at least 30 that I've been there researching. And on many occasions my dear wife has sat in the car. Well, I said, I'll just go in for half an hour, and 2 hours later I sort of come back.
Do you have any favourite items within the collection?
I guess my favourites are always the programs that were put out by the 4 football associations, Auckland, Wellington, Canterbury and Otago, and they contain so much history in them. New Zealand Kuwait in 81 is one, and sort of probably having that program is a little bit of a treasure, but the value of the programs to me is their content, not the number.
I know this, you've described very well this love of the domestic game here. What was the first Chatham Cup final you attended?
My first Chatham Cup final was in 1957. Took the overnight train down to Wellington to see Seaton play Christchurch Technical, and went to the next final of the following year. Been to 54 Chatham Cup finals, so I missed a handful or so along the way, but the first one was almost 70 years ago.
54, that's incredible.
Yes,
I don't think anyone's going to beat that.
No, they might not, but it's just circumstances. You happen to be in the right place at the right time.
Any favourite final out of those? That's a lot, but there's been some good ones.
The favourite one was certainly the 1999 final when Dunedin Technical beat Aotearoa City 4-1, I think, from memory. But that's because my son was playing in it. So going to the Chatham Cup final was like people in Britain who would be going to the FA Cup final. Same sort of thing.
Yeah.